Hey guys, it's Megan here, and I'm going to make something other than soap today. I'm going to make bath bombs, and I wanted to test. This is the first time I'm actually going to be making bath bombs on camera, but also the very first time I'm making bath bombs using this bath bomb mold. So I got this mold from Cada Soapery. It's an Etsy store, and this is the first time I'm making it. So I do not own a bath bomb press, and I do not really want to spend the money on getting a bath bomb press, but I do like the way bath bombs from a bath bomb press look. So this is a 3-part bath bomb. So you have, I'll move this out the way. So you have this bottom piece, and then you have this ring that the bottom piece goes in. So you put the bottom piece in here, and then you fill up your bath bomb, and then it has this top piece that goes on top, and then you press it down and press it together, and then you're supposed to push it up, and then the bath bomb comes out. So we'll see how this works. Yeah, so this is the first time. So I'll start by making my mix here. So I do not weigh out my ingredients, I have to say. I know that a lot of people do, but I don't. So I'm going to start by doing baking soda here. And I do 3 cups. And I'm giving you the recipe. Feel free to utilize this recipe to make your own bath bombs if you like. I do use a strainer because, or a sifter, because the powders have a lot of lumps in them, and I don't want that to be in my bath bomb. So that's 1, 2, 3. And I have spent well over 2 years trying to come up with this recipe that works for me. Recipes will be different for everyone depending on where you live. If you live in a really dry climate, then you will need to do a wetter recipe. If you live in a wet, more humid climate, you will want to do a drier recipe. So I don't mind giving you my recipe. Please feel free to use it. You see, it gets really dusty. Really dusty. And then some people like bath bombs that foam. Some people just like bath bombs that fizz. Some people like bath bombs that do both. I like bath bombs that do both. So I make bath bombs that fizz and that foam. Okay, so that's 3 cups of baking powder. So for the foaming agent, it's SLSA powder. This powder is very light, so it can really get to you if you don't wear a face mask. I'm not wearing a face mask right now, but you should. I'm going to do, since I like mine to be rather foamy, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons. Now, if you don't want it as foamy, don't use as much. The great things about this recipe, or about any bath bomb recipe, is that as long as you have citric acid and baking soda, you have a bath bomb. All the other stuff is extra. Okay, so cream of tartar. This will help to harden your bath bombs. If you're having issues with making your bath bombs hard, use the cream and tartar. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of cream and tartar. And as I'm doing the making, I'm actually getting rid of some of the stuff on the table or the counter because I need space. Okay. Then another hardening agent is cornstarch. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay. And then I have kaolin clay. This also helps harden. As you can see, I used to have a lot of issues with my bath bombs getting hard. I do not anymore. So I will put in 1 tablespoon of kaolin clay. Okay. So that's almost all of my powders. As you can see, I did not include the citric acid yet. I'm going to add the citric acid once I have incorporated the wet ingredients. So I will put this away and put this in here on the KitchenAid mixer, and I will mix my wet ingredients. Now for my wet ingredients, I do 3, kind of went over. I do 3 tablespoons of almond oil. You can use whatever oil you like. I either use almond or avocado. Okay. And then I do 1 tablespoon of polysorbate 80. Now, you don't have to use polysorbate 80 if you are going to be using lakes or dyes. Even though I'm using lakes, I like to use the polysorbate 80 just on the off chance you don't want the colorant to stick to your tub, and you also want the water to be colored a certain way. So that's why I use the polysorbate 80, just on the off chance that, you know, the lakes want to act funny style. So I do a tablespoon of that. Now for my fragrance, I do 3 tablespoons of my fragrance. Today, I'm going to be making lavender bath bombs. And you guys know, if you've seen my other videos, how much I absolutely don't really like lavender. But this was a request from one of my best customers, so that is what I am going to do. She said she just wanted to lay in the bathtub and have some relaxing lavender after our long day at work. So I am using Rustic Essentials Lavender. It smells good if you like lavender. Okay, so here's my wet ingredients. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to put my KitchenAid mixer on low just to get the powders incorporated. Okay, so I'm going to start adding my wet ingredients now, little by little, a little bit at a time. And the reason why I have it on low is because I have that SLSA powder in here, and it's very it gets in the air, so it's very light. The particles are very light, and I don't want to breathe that in. So I have it on low just until it gets saturated with the wet ingredients, and then I'll turn it higher. So I'm going to turn it higher now. Okay. Now that that's in there, I'm going to add my citric acid. Now, the citric acid and the baking soda is what reacts to one another, and that's what creates the fizz. So I'm going to do 1.5 cups of citric acid. And now I'm going to mix until it's all incorporated. And while that is happening, I'm going to clean up just a little bit, because I do not like working in an environment that is dusty. Okay, so I'm going to add my colorant now. I'm going to make purple. I don't have a purple colorant, so I just mix my 2 lakes. This is red number 27. I got it from TKB Trading. I like their lakes. They do have batch certified lakes. Also, good batch certified lakes to get are from Nurture, and also from 2 Wild Hairs. I like those too. I also get my dyes from there. And I'm also going to use blue number 1, just a little bit. That will make a purple. And then I'll turn this on. You can also use your hands. You don't have to use a KitchenAid mixer. This is witch hazel. This is also one of my, to make my mix more wet. So I just spray this in as it's going. And then I'll test to see, when I'm done mixing, I'll test to see if it's a good consistency. Okay, so you have your bath bomb mix. Okay. Don't need this anymore. Set this over to the side. So what I do now is I hand mix. The rest of the way. So I'll move this out of the way. And then I'll hand mix. So how you can tell that your bath bomb mix is wet enough or dry enough is what I do is I hold it and in my hand, see if it still holds, and then I'll drop it from up high. If it falls apart, it's too dry. So I need to add some more moisture. And you see how when I add the moisture, it starts to react. If you just hurry up and mix it in, it'll be okay. You don't want it to react a lot. Okay? Okay. Alright. So, just want to get that all incorporated together. I know people say it's like wet sand, but I guess that's what it is, like wet sand. That's when you know you've got the... So see how that didn't fall apart? That means my mix is good to go. Hey guys, it's me. I made a couple of bath bombs. I made a couple of the chill pills. So what I found out is that the mold is actually like way too thin to do the embeds at that size that I did the embeds. So here are the bath bombs. They're cute, right? But they're so thin. So I'm not doing embeds on here. So I am going to just do the regular bath bombs in the purple. And then I will paint on them so you can get some good bath art when you use them. I had already decided to paint on them anyway, but I'm definitely going to paint on them since you won't be able to do any embeds with this particular mold. But I do love how clean the molds come out. It's with this particular mold, since it's like a disc, it's not as, like the bath bombs are a little bit more fragile when you put them out on the, when you take them out and set them on the pan. They're a little bit more fragile. So the round bath bombs are a little easier to work with, or the thicker ones. See, this isn't thick at all. So that's what I found. But I do like this bath bomb. So what I do is I put that in there like so. I'm going to go around and really bang on this to release the powder from the actual lettering. On the back, going to hit around the sides. And in the middle. And then I will release it from the ring. Okay. Wipe off the excess around. Here's the top. See how that comes off? So then what I do, move this out the way, is I will put this on the pan like so. And then I'll release the top. There we go. And we have our chill pill. Isn't that cute? I love it. So I'll do another one for you. So knock this clean. Okay. I'm going to spray this with glitter. Glitterati. And I'm going to spray this with glitter. I'm going to put this in here like so. Well, not like that. It's not like that, like this. This is how I'm going to put it in. Okay. Push it down to the bottom. Get some mix. Okay, make sure that it's level. Okay, get the top here. Put this on the top. Push down. Get that really in there. Okay. Then really around that lettering is where you really want to get that banged out. And then with this, around the sides, then you want to lift it up like so. Take bottom off. I'll move this to the side so you can see. Put this down like that. And we'll lift the top off. There you go, another chill pill. And then we'll just do it again. We'll keep it moving. I do not know the weight of these. I will have to weigh them out once they're dried. It'll take about a day for them to dry. And then I'll bring you back also for we'll see how these work in the bath. I mean, it might not be on this video. It might be on another video. Okay, so we'll put this in here. These are lavender chill pills. Aren't these so cute? I love them. Okay, so I will, you know, put these in the shop. They'll probably be available next week. That would be February 1st. So I'll have these in the shop on February 1st. Okay, so you guys, until next time, take care. Bye-bye.